Today we are discussing the interview questions and answers for Microsoft 365 Messaging Administrator role MS-203. You can download the complete list of Microsoft-based questions from the link provided in the description. Our interview question based on MS-203 is: explain the process of setting up mail flow rules transport rules to prevent outbound email data leakage in Exchange Online. Your answer should be: to prevent outbound email data leakage, you can create mail flow rules in Exchange Online to detect sensitive information in outgoing messages and take appropriate actions such as blocking, rejecting, or encrypting messages. Use conditions to identify sensitive content, that is, credit card numbers, and specify actions to prevent unauthorized disclosure. Our next interview question is: how do you configure Exchange Online Protection EOP to protect against phishing attacks and spoofed emails? Your answer should be: you can configure EOP to protect against phishing attacks and spoofed emails by enabling anti-phishing policies, configuring advanced threat protection ATP settings, implementing DMARC, SPF, and DKIM authentication, and training users to recognize phishing attempts through security awareness programs. Our next interview question is: explain the process of setting up Exchange Online Archiving EOA for long-term email retention and compliance. Your answer should be: to set up EOA for long-term email retention and compliance, enable Exchange Online archiving for mailboxes that require extended retention periods. Configure retention policies and tags to specify how long emails should be retained in the archive. Use journaling to capture copies of all email communications for compliance purposes. Our next interview question is: what are the best practices for securing Exchange Online admin accounts and preventing unauthorized access? Your answer should be: best practices for securing Exchange Online admin accounts include enabling multi-factor authentication (MFA), restricting admin access based on the principle of least privilege, using strong and unique passwords, monitoring admin activity logs, regularly reviewing admin roles and permissions, and implementing security policies to protect against phishing and credential theft. Our next interview question is: how do you configure data loss prevention DLP policies in Exchange Online to prevent the unauthorized sharing of sensitive information? Your answer should be: configure DLP policies in Exchange Online by defining sensitive information types, for example, credit card numbers, social security numbers, creating DLP rules to detect sensitive content in emails, specifying actions to take when sensitive information is detected, for example, block, encrypt, notify, and testing and refining policies to ensure effectiveness. Our next interview question is: explain the process of migrating user mailboxes from an on-premises Exchange server to Exchange Online in a hybrid deployment scenario. Your answer should be: in a hybrid deployment, migrate user mailboxes from on-premises Exchange server to Exchange Online using the Hybrid Configuration Wizard (HCW) to establish coexistence between environments. Create migration batches in the Exchange Admin Center or use PowerShell to migrate mailboxes in batches. Monitor migration status and troubleshoot any issues encountered during the migration process. If you are preparing for any Microsoft-based certifications, you can download the complete list of valid, tried and tested questions and answers from the link provided in the description below.